Gentleman Crafter, and I received a couple of emails asking about the measurements for the configuration boxes if you couldn't find them in your area. So I'm going to make them for you, show you how to do it. So for the smaller one, which is going to be the 2x3, you're going to want to cut 4 pieces. Actually, these are double thickness, and I'm using 0.02, I believe, chipboard, medium weight chipboard. So you're going to want to cut 4 1.5 by 3s, stick 2 of them together to make a set, so 2 sets of those. Same thing for the back. You're going to double everything because the pattern is for the 1/8" thickness that these are. Okay, so the back part is 1 3/4 by 1.5. So 1.5 is going to be constant, and that's the height. Okay, so 1.5 by 1 3/4, and you want it 4 of those. Okay, double stick 2 together. So I'm gonna show you how to do one. So I'm gonna pull up the tape, and my jug is missing. There it is. So there we go. So I'm going to take the tape I taped on the back. You could use your ATG. You could use anything you want, whatever makes you happy on glue. Glue stick even. Okay, so there are my, oh, I'm sorry, the bottom piece. And the bottom piece is going to be 2x3. Okay, now what we're going to do, because the little, this is going to be for the little box, the little 2x3 box. What we're going to do is we're going to put them on top of it. Okay, so which will be the thickness that we need with the base. So the first thing I'm going to do is I cut my structure strips down, and they are 3 inches. I've cut 2 of those, 2 at 3 inch, 2 at 2 inches. Okay, so and then I made some little 1.5 inch ones for the sides later. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to grab one side of this off, and I'm going to apply it to adhere it to this side here, like that. Okay, to one of my sides. I'm going to do that to both of them. Actually, all 4. I've had way too much coffee today. Way too much. I'm just shaking. Oh, on this one, y'all, I'm sorry. On this one, see, I'm just taking, where am I? I am kind of centering it and leaving an 1/8 inch on each side of it. Okay, so I'm going to stick that down. So once again, on this little guy, which is going to be the 1 3/4 by 1.5, I'm going to center it on there in the center. Oops, sorry. Like that. Okay, so those are my side pieces. So I'm going to start with the long sides first and pull up this structure strip. I'm going to kind of push it back out of the way. I'm going to add a little glue. I'm using glossy accents. Once again, whatever makes you happy. Let's see if I can shake this out. There we go. Oops, there we go. And putting it down on the edge. Kind of come back around. Kind of sit that on top of it like that. Bring this around. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. Excuse me. Let me let that sit for a second. Okay, I'm going to do this over here. Pull this back. Put some glue on it. Like that. Set it down. Bring it around. And adhere it to the back. Okay? So let's see if I can get that to sit for a second. I've had a wonderful weekend with my mom. She's been a blast. I'm going to upload the videos here in a second of her, she and I. And yes, it involves fire. It's funny. So I'm going to put this there. Oops. Oh, glue all three sides. Ooh, shaking really bad. Okay. Just going to put that in between them. All this sits on top of it, right? Okay. Pull that down. I'm going to go back and make my structure strips a little bit better on the bottom. I mean, reinforcing them. The main thing is I want to get this top in first. Okay, so one more side. Pulling this down. Applying the glue to three sides. Okay, I'm going to put this in there and set it down. Kind of pull this around and kind of glue that in. Let it sit for a second. Okay, and then on these, try not to pull up these. Guess I did. Just on this side. So while I'm kind of waiting for that to dry, I'm gonna burnish these down really good. Okay, so that's really it. Then you can grab these. I don't think I made these long enough. Well, I'll show you. So you really want 1 5/8 on this. 1 5/8. I made my 1 1/2, but you want to do cut 4 that are 1 5/8. And we're going to apply them to the corners. Just for some backup. And I hope I'm recording. Yeah, I'm recording. Okay, so that's the 2 by 2. I'm sorry, 2 by 3 box. There. Like that, okay? That's the 2 by 3. Let's do the 3 by 3 next. It's going to be the same thing. So I'm going to pull my pieces, different measurements. So you've got your side pieces are going to be 3 inches long. Okay, and once again, the constant is 1 1/2. So 1 1/2 wide, cut 2 at 3 inches, 4 actually. So you're cutting 4 pieces at 1 1/2 by 3. You're adhering 2 together to make it thicker. And then for the top, you want 1 1/2, which is our constant, by 2 3/4. Okay, so it's a 1/4 inch difference because these two put together is a 1/4 inch. Okay, so you want to subtract that away from the 3 inch sides. So 2 3/4 by 1 1/2, and then my bottom is going to be a 3 by 3 square. So you'll want 2 of those to stack together. Okay, so I'm going to put those together real quick. Once again, I've got my structure strips ready, and these are all going to be, I've got 4 3 by 3s. And even though that piece is the smaller pieces are 2 by, I'm sorry, 2 3/4, you're going to just center it in there again like we did the other one. And I'm at 10 minutes. Gotta get going. I'm not gonna edit this. I'm trying to keep it to the 15 minutes. So we can do it. This is the one I'm centering. So center that like that. Doesn't matter if it's perfect. You can cut it off after you stick it on there. Adhere it. So I'm going to center it. Okay. All right. So let's put it together. So I'm going to, let's start with my long sides first. So I'm going to take my 1.5 by 3s, pull it back, apply the glue. Okay. Apply it to one side, kind of get it lined up. And actually, just might as well go do this. Lined up, and then pull it back down. If you wanted to make this perfect, you could score this down 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so there's that one. And this, pull this up, and push this back. Add some glue. So once again, I'm doing my long sides first. Let's just do that again, that worked good. So let's put it on here. I've got it flat. I can feel it with my fingers down here, it's flat. And flat up there, and pull it around. I'm not too worried about the backing paper right now. I'll come back to that like we did on the other. So I'm going to take this one, pull it back, add some glue to 3 sides this time. Like that. Okay. I'm going to stick that in between, place it in between. And there we go. Pull it around. I'm going to hold this one. For a second, let it sit. Oh, I didn't pull that out, did it? Okay, so do this. Try to do this at the same time. Okay, so there's that, and then one more side. Pull that back. That's what I love about glossy accents and chipboard. It sets fairly quickly. I mean, it doesn't set hard, but it sets enough where you can work on it. Okay, so there's that one. I'm going to put that in here. Oops, I didn't do that again. Let me line these up a little bit. Okay. Excuse me again. I do not know why I have to clear my voice all the time. My throat. Okay, I'm going to let that sit for a second. This will be your 3x3 box that fits in that top middle drawer on the ladies' roll top. Okay. On my side pieces, which once again are see how it hangs over here? You can file that with that emery board or a file, paper file, or Tim's little flat sander thing. Let's see one more. Okay, so that is the 3x3 box. Okay, so you got your 2x3 and your 3x3. So you need 4 of these and 1 of those for that top part of your ladies roll top. Okay, so that's it, y'all. Thank you so much. I hope that helped. And y'all have a great holiday weekend. Bye.